Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. Good soggy evening, rainy evening, cold evening. In Street, Maryland, it's nasty. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it's pretty nasty here.
It's pretty chilly here. I don't
Yeah.
know what the temperature is exactly, but yeah, it's pretty chilly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's cool here.
Anyway,
too.
we got the regular crew here. They're going to go over the Beaver Community Fair results. What else we got?
Gratz, Pennsylvania.
Gratz, Pennsylvania. And we have some upcoming events that we'll cover. Yes, we know there is hurricane-ish weather heading north. And we're going to go over that too. We're going to touch base on that as far as the big East Coast Pro Pulling Finals this Saturday in Delmar, Delaware. Fresh off the phone with the higher ups. We'll go over that when the time is right here for that. So stay tuned. And how's it going, you two? Everything going good? Tax season.
Yeah, I think I'm officially almost talked out. Had to come home and recoup. With work, we had a couple what we called user groups or open forum meetings today with all things QuickBooks and
QB.
I'm the QuickBooks guru, as I informed JR this morning.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, had about 6 hours straight of me presenting, and I tell you what, I don't think I could ever be a public speaker in that aspect of it. I don't mind getting up there and chit chatting for a little bit, but man, I was about whooped until I got home. All that thinking and having to speak right and not make a fool of myself and all that. It's hard work up there.
But there's something that doesn't go with what you just said. What's all talked out. That's never going to happen.
I think I've mustered up a little bit to get us through this last hour, but we'll see.
All right.
Take a deep breath and get ready to go.
Hi, April. Let's see. We got Nicole Morrison in the house. The birthday girl just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Nicole. David Kaufman.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm just gonna. I don't have anything to say because the East Coast had the weekend off, so I am going to step aside and let you two decide what you want to do. Who's going to read what, and watch.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start with Thursday. We'll go in order. Dwayne, did you want to hit the Snyder County classes first for that evening, or do you want me to go with the Interstate? Whichever you prefer.
Which poll?
Gratz.
Okay. I got two classes. I have 10.5 hot stock and I have the semi results. So this is I'm going to start with the semi results. This was the first time that they I think this was the first time they ever ran semis there. And thanks to Albert Brown for helping him out with hitches and helping get it set up for it. In first place was Albert with I think an exhibition run. It's not marked as it. Albert Brown with his Mac, back in black Mac. He had a 370.92, which is quite the haul. In second place was Will Shuey with his 99 Blue Peterbilt with a 239.09. In third place was Cole Getz from East Earl. He had a 303.02. In fourth place was Bud Lesher from Halifax. He had a 263.41. In fifth place was Mark Fessler from Wimmelsdorf with a 255.72. And, I missed it. My bad. There's two first place on here. Albert Brown was a exhibition run. In first place for the street trucks was James Huber from Narvin with a 327.56. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that there was two different ones. Then Snyder County points class was the 10.5 hot stock tractors. Coming in first place was Brad Kremer with the fence row deer. He had a 316.82. In second place was John Foreman with the always something John Deere. He had a 315.40. In third place was Dennis Boop with a black stripe addiction. He had a 310.30. In fourth place was Nelson Harding with his 9000 Ford. He had a 296.47. In fifth place was Brian Morrison with the Shed Shaker. He had a 296.06. In sixth place was Jeff Brenninger with Red Law, or Brininger. He had a 293.39. In seventh place was Robert Hauk on Old Red. He had a 293.36. And in eighth place was Jared Stevens with a John Deere 4020 called Checkmate. He had a 219.88. So that's what I have for Gratz. Off to you, Kendra.
All right. So Interstate had 3 classes on hand, I believe. That evening, we're going to start with the Mod Turbo, and we're going to start with the Man of the Hour. Taking the win at the hometown Gratz Fair was Ray Belak with Ragin' Red going 317.57. Second place was Vern Zerby with Double OZ going 296.54. Third was Scott Kiskaden with Bleeding Blue going 294.58. Fourth place was the duo Brad Peters and Nick Morrison. We're not done talking about them two boys. They had a good weekend. With the Outcast going 294.11. Fifth place was Eddie Ocker doing the driving for BJ Wilkins on the Bull Ride at 292.98. Sixth place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 291.34. Seventh went to DJ Boop with High on the Hog going 289.23. Eighth place was Guy Gokenauer driving Stress Test going 288.35. Ninth place was Vern Zerby with Z Unit going 288.32. 10th was Steve Beckley with Up in Smoke going 277.89. And rounding out the class of 11 was Eric Eberhardt with Hammer Down going 84.21. Also there that evening was the two-wheel drive class, right? No, two-wheel drive class was not there. I apologize. Oh, wait, yes, they were. Getting my pictures confused. Four trucks on hand. Taking the win was Dale Forrester with Bandit. Got that truck fixed up just in time for the end of the season. 290.58 was his winning distance. Right behind him in second was Rick Wolf with the Wolf Pack at 289.23. Third place was Mike McLean driving Ian Eriker's Village Idiots at 288.60. And rounding out the class of 4 was Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock at 279.97. Then we went into the 7,800-pound modifieds, 10 tractors on hand. Taking the win was Rod Harnett with the Agitator going 343.3 feet. Really let them guys go out there and stretch their legs. Second place was Eric Moniz with the Bad Reputation at 335.40. Third place went to Jason Michael with Untamed going 334.26. Fourth went to Rick Blizzard with Barely Affordable going 324.6. Fifth place went to Kirsty Robinson with Pony 2 going 321.73. Sixth place was Don Haley with Track Fever at 319.43. Seventh place was Nelson Egoff with the Tinker Toy going 315.40. Eighth place was Ian Eriker with going 315.34. Eighth place was Rick Blizzard doing the driving of his daughter's Unaffordable at 305.86. Do want to take the time to tell Amber and her significant other, Brandon, congratulations. They just had a little baby girl here about a week and a half ago, which is why she was not in the driver's seat. So congratulations to Amber. And rounding out the class of 10 was Andy Forrester with Nonsense going 305.26. And that rounded out the evening at Gratz. I do believe there was a Run What You Brung class there. I know that at least Kervin Zimmerman with the Outcast, I almost said Outlast, but with the Outcast was there. Jimmy Barter with his Barter Turbo Service Ford and Tommy Casper was there.
Outlaw.
Don't tell Kervin. He'll be so disappointed in me. It was out something, okay? Listen, all that man cares about is that I feed him, so he'll be fine.
There you go.
I don't know what their distances were. Don't know what happened. All I know is that Kervin Zimmerman sent me a snap I just got a Snapchat from him. I bet he's watching and I'm in trouble. It'll be fine.
Tell him to send you the results page. He's more interested in the results page. That's how you got his attention.
Yeah.
I got a message here, Patsy Cox. We usually, when we do results, we stick here local. Sometimes we do the other stuff if our local pullers are at it, but we don't have that available to us this evening. So
he is watching, and he didn't give me a hard time. Thank you, Kervin, but he did send me results.
Nice.
So it looks like taking the
John.
win was.
I just said hi. I'm sorry. I'm saying hi to people in the chat.
Okay, sorry. Looks like Carl Ankowitz's Living on the Edge took the win with 294.93. Second place was Kervin with The Outlaw. Make sure I get that right this time. 292.98. Third went to Tommy Hassler with The Twisted Addiction, going 288.47. Fourth place went to James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service at 278.90. Kind of rude, them guys didn't let Barter win on his hometown track for a non-points event. Just going to throw that out there, guys.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, come on. Thought we were a fun team, guys. Let's go. Fifth place went to Todd Young with his black F350 going 240.38. Going to assume that was some sort of stock vehicle.
Now, hold on a minute. Am I missing something here? I didn't hear Chapter 11 being named off there. What's going on?
Listen, Chapter 11 was not on hand.
Okay.
We're saving it for the big shows this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. No, Norm was working pretty far out of town this weekend, and it was going to be hard for him to get, or that week. So it was going to be hard for him to get home in time to go up to the Gratz Fair. So set that one out and tried to work hard to get the project done so we can go pull in next weekend. So
good deal.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah, that's fine. I had to rub it in.
So then the next evening was Beaver Springs, and I think a lot of those same classes traveled. What is that? Would that be southeast? Probably southwest. I don't know.
About straight west.
Yeah, there you go. Straight old west over to Beaver Springs. Did turn out to be the last points pull of the Interstate Point Circuit. We were scheduled to go down to Harrisonburg next Saturday. Unfortunately, with some scheduling conflicts, that pull has been canceled. So Friday night did mark the end of the point season for the Interstate Circuit. So if time allows, we will go over points winners, I guess.
You've got time to do it.
If not, we'll hit them next week. But anyway, so back to our results. I'll just go ahead and hit Interstate, and then Dwayne can hit the Snyder County class there at the end. So not only was it the end of the points series for Interstate, it was also the end of the Liquid Tube mini points series that we had. I will say I did end up making my way up to Beaver Springs on Friday night. Jess Dar asked me last minute because she was kind of heading up that Liquid Tube series. She's like, hey, you want to ride along? And I said, hey, why not? So kind of fun to show up at an Interstate event and help her finish out all the Liquid Tube stuff. We took some pictures and did some videos, and Nick Morrison gives a fantastic interview, so he should have never displayed those skills because guess what, buddy?
We need him.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of old Nick Morrison, taking the win for the Mod Turbo class at Beaver Springs, as well as the Liquid Tube Point Series. This is where I got the Outcast. See, that's Nick and Brad's tractor's name. Not losing it, y'all. But they took the win. Well, I guess Nick was doing the driving with the Outcast, went 310.08. Second place, Guy Gokenauer with the stress test going 307.82. Third place went to Scott Kiskaden with the Bleeding Blue going 295.83. Fourth went to Yankee doing the driving for Vern Zerby with Double OZ at 293.18. Fifth place was BJ Wilkins with Bull Ride going 291.44. Sixth place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf going 291.40. 7th place was Vern Zerby with C Unit going 288.53. 8th place was Dennis Boop with High on the Hog going 286.27. 9th place went to Steve Beckley with Up in Smoke going 284.44. And he definitely has fantastic working brakes. Steve used every inch of that track left and right. So bless his heart. Had a fantastic power run, but just not straight. And 10th place went to Eric Eberhardt with Hammer Down, going 273.21. Next, we went into the modified class. Taking the win in the mods was Ian Ericker with Unstable, going 309.12. Second place was Eric Moniz. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. I should have asked him. Up at Beaver Springs. Bad Reputation took second place at 302.54. Third place went to Don Haley with Track Fever at 296.61. Fourth place went to Ryan Harnett with Agitator at 291.07. Fifth place went to Dale Forrester driving Nonsense for 287.82. Right behind him was Jason Michael with Untamed at 287.45. Seventh place went to Kirsty Robinson with Phony 2 going 108.95. Eighth place went to Jim Deku with the 50.88. And Rick Blizzard was actually there, was unable to make it to the track with some, I think one of his engines was giving him a fit with the unaffordable. So he unfortunately was a hook broke. Next, we went into the 4,500 small block class, taking, actually, it was a pretty good night for the Utsi brothers. Taking the win was brother Chris with One Bad Bow Tie at 304.75. Second place went to his brother Travis Utsi with Stomper at 302.82. Third place went to Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse at 299.11. Fourth went to Sam Hassler with Junkyard Dog going 297.46. Fifth place went to Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 297.37. Sixth place went to Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger going 295.53. Seventh place went to Austin Stoner with Analyze This at 294.73. And eighth place went to Jared Stoner with the Silverback at 294.36. I was able to talk to Tyler Shives a little bit there at the beginning of the poll. The Bootlegger is for sale. The Tyler Shives small block truck Bootlegger. So if that is anything that anybody is looking to get into, definitely one of the top running trucks on the interstate circuit. I think he was, with the exception of Friday night, obviously, he is a top 3, top 5 truck on a very regular basis. I think he's been second or third place in points for many, many years in a row. So definitely one of the best trucks out there, and I do not know what it is priced. However, if you are interested, Tyler's on Facebook, and you could reach out to him in that direction. Two-wheel drives. I did not go over two-wheel drives. I think they were the last class of the evening. Well, the last interstate class of the evening. Taking the win again was... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Different. Taking the win was Mike McLean with the Village Idiots going 310.53. Second place was Rick Wolf with the Wolfpack going 302.82. Third place was Mark Culbertson doing the driving for Andy with Turn Back the Clock at 290.64. And rounding out the class of 4 was Dale Forrester with the Bandit at 287.54. That'll do for the interstate classes. Dwayne, Snyder County.
All right. Snyder County was at Beaver Fair on Saturday evening, I think it was, September the 21st.
They have some there Friday, some Saturday.
Okay. I don't have the...
Hot stocks for their Friday night.
Oh, hot stocks for Friday night? All right, I'll start with...
And I think that their Mod Turbo class was as well.
Their Light Pro 401 Limited. Actually, to tell you the truth, I can look right here. So we had the Enhanced Farm. We had the hot stocks. Oh, We had the hot stocks on Saturday night. We had the enhanced farm and the light pros on Friday night. So I'll start with the enhanced farm and the light pro from Friday night. All right, enhanced farm. Coming in first place was Brooks Major with a mystery case. He had a 319.23. In second place was Mason Sudall with the War Wagon. He had a 310.72. Rick Hauk on the Little Stinker 2 had a 306.25. In fourth place was Ty Brenninger with No Bull. He had a 304.04. In fifth place was Mason Sudall on a John Deere. He had a 287.30. In sixth place was Mike Quarter with the other Deere. He had a 277.90. In seventh place was Brandon Ewing on Rough Case. He had a 277.24. In eighth place was DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid. He had a 276.44. In ninth place was Zach Stevens with Over Engineered. He had a 168.86. And in 10th place was Matt Dersham driving a tractor called Smokin' Bandit. He had 10.72. The other class on Friday evening was the Light Pro 4-1 Limited Tractor class. Coming in first place was Eli Zimmerman on Red Fever. He had a 322.38. In second place was Brad Kremer with Green Blooded. He had a 307.01. In third place was DJ Boop with High on the Hog. He had a 286.55. In fourth place was Matt Hauk on Old Red. He had a 274.80. And in fifth place was Jimmy Duncan, and he had a 246.30. Going to Saturday night at Beaver Fair. I'm going to start with them the way I have them in order. I don't know if this is the order they ran. But the first class I have here is the 2.6 Pro Street diesel trucks. Coming in first place was Brendan Fink with No Mercy at a 286.13. In second place was Dave Orwin Jr. at a 283.12. In third place was Derek Smith with driving a green Dodge called Limited Time. He had a 279.92. In fourth place was Kyler Zeckman. He had a 273.48. In fifth place, right behind him, was Tom Hassler with Something Twisted. He had a 273.39. In sixth place was Matt Mace with Little by Little. He had a 271.97. In seventh place was Chris Lloyd with the Hot Property Dodge. He had a 130.49. And in eighth place was Noah Hostetler with his Blue Bayou OBS Ford. He had a 103.21. The next class I have is the 3.0 Limited Pro Diesel Trucks. Coming in first place, again, Jason Heimbach with a 320.60. In second place, Greg Walker with a Dreams Happen Dodge. He had a 310.67. In third place, Kyle Spickerman with Old Jenny at a 309.55. In fourth place, Matt Holbrook with Jenny Light. He had a 308.09. And in fifth place was Jeremy Grick with the older Jenny. He had a 305.64. In sixth place was Jared Brown with Bad Karma. He had a 304.84. And in seventh place was Todd Young with his Ford. He had a 291.02. Next class up was the that I have is the 6300 Pro Street gas trucks. Coming in first place was Carl Burhell Jr. He had a 286.13. Now, wait a minute here. Disregard that. So I think somebody goofed up here. Coming in first place with a 6300 street gas trucks was Mike Mitchell Sr. with Bad to the Bone. He had a 319.14. In second place was Tyler Wright. He had a 309.87. In third place was Mike Mitchell Jr. with a Bone Crusher. He had a 302.82. In fourth place was Craig Shaner with Unlimited Pleasure. He had a 301.01. In fifth place was Bryce May with migraine headache. He had a 295.39. In sixth place was Kyle Wright with rusted rooster. He had a 291.30. And seventh place was Carl Burhell Jr. with a 286.13. In eighth place was Dwayne Temp with a 279.12. And in ninth place was Kim Freed with a Frogtown favorite, and it says that he didn't pull. So it rounds out those trucks. And then the last class that I have for Beaver Fair is the hot stock tractors. Coming in first place was, again, Brad Kremer with the Fence Road Deer. He had a 290.41. In second place was Fred Yeagle, driving the Always Something John Deere. He had a 288.67. In third place was Black Stripe Addiction with a 285.71. In fourth place was Jeff Brittinger on Red Law. He had a 279.92. And in fifth place was Robert Hauk on Old Red with a 279.40. And in sixth place was Dustin Adams Sr. driving a tractor called Saturday Night Hooker. He had a 245.41. And I think that rounds out all the classes that I have for that evening. Anyway, that was a little bit of a messing with my mind here. I think they got a truck out of order. The first place truck was actually the seventh place truck. But anyway,
Hate it when that happens.
did JR fall asleep?
Probably.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm still here. I'm just letting y'all do your thing.
Craig Cooper says that Carl Burhell Jr. finished first at 3:9.46. So the
3:19,
distance.
yeah.
So my bad if that is. I was just actually. You know what? I do have a second set of results. Hold on. Anyway.
Well, I do know they had some local classes there too, so maybe that Carl Bethel pulled in a
Burhell.
different class as well.
Oh, Carl.
That's
Bethel.
Carl
Should-
Burrell. Carl Burrell.
Burhell. Yeah.
Carl has, he has a purple Dodge truck, or
Yep.
Panther pink, actually. I guess it is.
All right, let me look here. I'm still getting there. See if I can read it. Wild Street. Whoop. Hot stock. Pro Street. Wow. Yeah, he did get first place, and the distance was wrong. 3. Yeah, it looks right. I'm reading. It's too blurry. I can't read it. But yeah, I think my bad. Carl Burhell Jr. was first place. The
He
distance
did win the Pro Street.
The distance was wrong on that paper, and that's all right. I'm sorry. But
That is your one mistake for the year. No more mistakes, Dwayne.
So in the paperwork, the original paperwork was too blurry to read, and so either Robert or not Robert, but Matt or DJ, one of those or their wives, went and quickly retyped everything, and so that was a retyping mistake that got made for the new results paper. But that's fine. I'll take the blame for that because I didn't notice that before.
All right, so I do want to take a couple minutes here and just recognize the points finishes. I think I'll do top 5 for each class for Interstate. I think we have enough time for me to do that. So yes, we'll just go ahead and just deep dive right in. Feet first. First class to come up is the 6200 two-wheel drives. Taking the win in the points lead was Ian Ericker with the Village Idiots. Second place was Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock. Third was Dale Forrester with the Bandit. Fourth was Rick Wolf with Wolfpack. And fifth place was John Foley with Blessed. Then we go into the Wild Street class for Interstate, and impressive 21 trucks had signed up with Interstate to run the points series. Looks like about 10 of them ran very consistently, but for such a new class with the Interstate Points Circuit, kudos to that class. The Utsi boys put in a lot of work to get those guys to the trucks or to the tracks. So good job to them. Taking the win for the points series was Derek Reed with his 97 Dodge. Second was Tony Utsi with the Porch Honky. Third was Lee Artrip with the Sickness. I think he's part of Jeremy Denson's crew down there. So good job to them guys. Fourth place was Brady Kaufman with Daddy's Scrap Money. And fifth place was Austin Heck with Hex 074. Then we go into the 4,500 small block trucks. Taking the win was Denny Stoner with Making Tracks. Second was his son Jared Stoner with Silverback. Third was Travis Utsi with Stomper. And tying for fourth place was Austin Stoner with Analyze This and Tyler Shives with Bootlegger. Like I said, strong running truck. 7,800 modifieds. Taking the win, Jason Michael with Untamed. Second was Don Haley to Track Fever. Third, Ian Eriker's Unstable. Fourth was Kirsty Robinson's Phony 2. And fifth was Don Haley's Nonsense. So congratulations, Don, having 2 modifieds in the top 5 on the point series there. The big blocks, the 2050 big block minis, taking the win was Stefan Winger with Pitbull. Second was Rodney Yarger with The Agitator. Third, Brian Laufer with Spider Mite. Fourth was Denny Winger with the big block Chevy. And fifth was Heather Sutton with Polar Bear Express. Then we jump into the small blocks. Taking the win for the points was Justin Freet with Rattler. Second was Robbie and Leroy Durf with Wildfire. Sad to say, unfortunately, Leroy is no longer with us. I think he passed away fairly unexpectedly. It was probably
3 weeks ago, I think.
3-4 weeks ago now. Yeah.
It's pretty recent.
So thoughts and prayers are with him and his or with his family. Third was John Sutton with Bear Tracks. Fourth was Wesley Williamson with Adrenaline. And JR's favorite name to say, Matt Weischer, took the top 5 with the Dirt Demon there with the small blocks. Next was the 11,000-pound Hot Farms. Taking the win was Jared Stoner with Salvage This Too. Second, only 2 points behind him, was Austin Stoner with Salvaged After Hours. Third went to Hunter Shiflett with his IH 1466. Fourth was Jared Stevens with his John Deere 4020. And fifth place was Kenny Bowker with Rippin' Red. Then we go into the 10,000-pound Pro Farm. Again, top 5, taking the win, Mark Colby Culbertson with the Stitch for 9,000. Second place went to Ivan Hessong with Limestone Binder. Third place, Chris Pangle Jr. with All Hooked Up. Fourth place, Marshall Beidel with Marshall Law. Congratulations to him. That was a new setup for him. He had ran the Hot Farm for years and jumped up to Pro Farm, so congratulations to him. And fifth place was Bobby Shipe with Old Blue. All right, 7,700-pound light limited, taking the win, Jason Weichel with Unleashed. So big congratulations to him to have 2 different tractors, 2 different classes, and win the points in both is pretty awesome accomplishment.
Good job.
Him and I are pretty good friends. Talked to him a good bit, and he said, I guess it was there around Port Royal time. He said, I feel like I'm line dancing with tractors. He's like, you know, this pool the mod's at, then the next pool's the light limited, next pool's mod. He's like, I could never just keep one tractor loaded after a pool. He's like, I was constantly loading and unloading tractors. Anyway, looks like all that line dancing worked out for him. Took the points championship with both tractors. So big congrats to him. Second place was Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden. Third place went to Cody Anderson with his International 1066. Fourth place went to Macy Kiskadden with the Smoke Show. And rounding out the top 5 was Bradley Wassler with Whistlin' Red. All right. Finally, the biggest class of the Interstate Points Series, 8,500 mod turbo. Congratulations to BJ Wilkins and Eddie Ocker. Eddie did a lot of the driving for BJ this year with the bull ride, taking the win. Just 4 points ahead of Brad Peters and Nick Morrison's The Outcast. Huge shout out to them guys as well. That's first year for this tractor. To come out in that caliber of a class and do second place in your points. Pretty awesome feat for them too. Third place went to Scott Kiskadden with the Bleeding Blue. Fourth went to Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf. And rounding out the top 5 was Guy Gokenauer with Stress Test. So congratulations to all of our points winners on the Interstate Points Series or Point Circuit, whatever you want to call them. Interstate has a lot of hooks, no lie about it. It's tough to run a point series, so congratulations to all the guys who did that. And I hope it all paid off for you. So
yeah.
I think that's all we got for Interstate World at this point.
It really is. I said running points is a second full-time job.
Yep.
With that many hooks. It's a lot
Especially if you have any breakage and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll move into this next event coming up, the final event. Fingers crossed. For East Coast Pro Pulling.
I looked at the weather and it looks like as long as they don't get too much rain tomorrow and Friday, weather should be good for Saturday.
How does this work?
But that's the weather as of right now. So we all know how quickly that can change.
Yes, it can change in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
I wasn't quite sure. Like, are these outer bands from this hurricane that's going to come in land on Thursday evening?
This is different. This is different here. That could be, yeah. But what's here now is not.
I wasn't sure if that was going to affect it on Saturday evening.
I don't know.
Fingers crossed. We want to have pulls. Poor Delaware Memorial Speedways got rained out for what, last year twice?
Last year, both events were rained out. Yeah. After being voted the fan favorite event of 2022, they had a huge show there. They had grandstands were freaking amazing here in 2022. I just got trackside and started looking around. I was like, holy cow, look at all the people. Yep. But anyway, here, again, this Saturday, they're calling it the Mid-Atlantic Truck and Tractor Pull Nationals. Again, Saturday, September 28th at the Delaware International Speedway. And that's literally right on Route 13 at the Maryland-Delaware line in Delmar, Delaware. The Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors. And it says new there. It's a new class for the event there. Our modified tractors, modified 4x4 trucks, Pro Stock diesel 4-wheel drive trucks. It's actually East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks. Light Pro Stock semi, or limited, not light. It's limited Pro Stock semi, and the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors. That's all but one. Only class we don't have there is Light Pro. Their season is finished. And but anyway, gates will open at 5 p.m. They will have a fan meet and greet at 6 p.m. Opening ceremonies at 7 p.m. and the show is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. General adult admission is $20, and for more event information, you can visit DelawareRacing.com. Now, with the impending potential track of the hurricane coming in from the Florida coast, folks, a long way away. We don't know what it's going to do. I spoke with John Smith right before we went live. He has been on the phone with them a couple times. No decision yet. As of right now, the event is a go. Keep an eye on Facebook, East Coast Pro Pulling, eastcoastpropulling.org on the website. And as soon as I hear something from them or whatever, you can keep an eye on Eastern Extreme Pulling, EEP Pulling videos, whatever whatever you want to visit on, or my personal page on Facebook. So, but I'm sure, if unfortunately something stupid does happen with the weather, we will definitely get the word out plenty early. As early as the promoter makes the call. And but as of right now, it is a go. All thumbs up. Everything's green. We're ready to go. Again, Delaware International Speedway, right on Route 13 in Delmar, Delaware, right at the Maryland-Delaware line. Cool place. Something different. Really enjoyed the pool there in 2022. And the promoter was just like blown away at the amount of people that showed up there in 2022. 2 shows were scheduled last year for them. Both of them rained out. And we're trying again this year. So let's hopefully get this pool in. So far, it is a go. I'm going to keep saying it. It's a go. It's a go. It's a go. So just keep your eyes peeled online. And of course, your class reps will probably be in touch with you if anything changes. So, okay. With that said, what else we got? I got some flyers here, so just bear with me.
You putting the flyers up that I have?
I'll let you know. I guess you'll know whenever I get to it. Yep, probably so. I'm sure you probably have this one. Tough. I'm going to do it because you already talked.
No, you can do them. You can do all of them.
No,
I'll have to zoom in so I can read them.
gotcha. This is next Saturday, October the 5th.
There's
And
one in
this-
between. There's one before that for this weekend.
As I'm saying here, October 5th, the Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers will have their season finale in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. And this 500 Old Colony Road in Selinsgrove, it's $10 a person, 12 and under are free. Also, watch live. You can watch it live on Dirt Vortex TV. They do a good job. Again, starting at 1 p.m., this is going to be a twofer day. Okay, it's going to be a long day of pulling. Instead of having 2 days, it's all going to be in one day. And starting at 1 p.m., the enhanced farm tractors, the 3.0 Limited Pro diesel 4x4 trucks, Light Pro 4.1 Limited Pro tractors, the 2.6 Pro Street trucks, Pro Street gas trucks. Again, that's the 1 o'clock show. Starting at 6:30 p.m. will be the hot stock tractors, Run What You Brung trucks, 10,000-pound open tractors, Wild Street 4x4 trucks, or just Wild Street trucks, I guess we'll call it, Mod Turbo Super Farm tractors, the 2.6 truck grudge pull, and that's a cash buy-in, winner takes all in that grudge pull. That's going to be kind of cool. So again, that's at 500 Old Colony Road in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. And also, Kids Day activities will run from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. between the shows because the last one was rained out, so to speak, the kids' activities. So during that intermission time, that will be when the kids will go have their fun over off to the side there at the end of the track. So I'm assuming that's where they'll have it as usual. So again, if there's any impending weather, Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers on Facebook. They have a website and contact information. I'm not going to read a phone number on here because I'm not quite sure whose number that is, and I don't like putting personal numbers out on here. So just keep an eye on, again, my page as soon as I hear something, any of these events coming up. So I also have some more. Just bear with me, Dwayne. I'll get out of your way here in just a minute.
Oh, that's fine. I just figured I did send that one in case you wanted to put it on, but I didn't know if it needs to be resized.
Oh, I wouldn't have had time to.
Yeah, that's fine.
This. I do have one coming up here. I'm going to take care of Craig Cooper before we end the night here. So hang in there, Craig. We have a money bash. I went to this last year. Again at Selinsgrove at 500 Old Colony Road. This is a money bash. Money bash at Middle Creek, it's called. This is an antique tractor pull. Anthony Arnold and the crew up there put on. Of course, that's the Middle Creek Valley Antique Association. And I tell you what, I had a hell of a time at that tractor pull last year. That was a good show. It was an all-day show, but a good show. And once again, they're. I guess it would help if I showed you the flyer. Huh? But there's a ton of classes. Considering the amount of hooks they got it done in a pretty good time last year. I'm definitely going back for it. So it's all weight straight up, $25 per hook. There's a 4-hook limit per tractor. So a 70% payback to top 3 in each class. Sign-ups will begin at 9 a.m. and pool will start promptly at 10 a.m. Pretty prompt. So, I mean, they got a lot of classes to run. This 9:30 a.m. cutoff for the 4250 and 4500 classes. Again, this flyer is going to be all over Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. Plus, we got a few weeks. We're going to be announcing it every week here. Any more information we get on it, we'll certainly pass it along to you. But let's see.
Can I ask you? Oh, go ahead when you're done.
Cut tire classes, 20-inch high, 18-inch. Back cut non-cut tire classes are 18-inch high, 24-inch back. Classes are 4 mile per hour non-cut small tire, 4,500, 5,000, 5,500, 6,000, 6,500. 4 mile per hour full cut small tire, 45, 5, 55, 6, and 6,500 pound. And the 6 mile per hour full cut big tire classes of 4250, 4750, 5250, 5750, and 6250. 12 mile per hour full cut big tire, 4250, 4750, 5250. So again, it was a great pull last year. Hold on, Dwayne.
I have the same. I have the same question as Nicole because it's not on the flyer. What was the date again?
You know what? That's a good question. Why don't they have the date on here? I don't even see it.
I seen the flyer earlier and I didn't see a date with it.
I'm pretty sure I already have it in my phone. Give me one.
It's a lot easier to reuse your poster if you don't put the date on it.
There you go.
That was an oversight on their part. I'm going to have to say something to Anthony about
that. I assume it would be in October sometime.
Yes, it is. Yeah, October 26th. It's a Saturday, October 26th. Yes, that's Saturday, October 26th. And also on the 13th of October will be the Glad Hill Truck and Tractor Pool. And my apologies, I did not get their stuff downloaded to post up here. But again, we've got a couple of weeks before that. We'll definitely be pushing that as well. Went to that pool for the first time last year, Mike Walker and myself. Had a great time. Plenty of classes. It'll be antique, classic tractors, and there will be some East Coast style classes on hand too, like the Hot Farm tractors. I believe some Super Pros will be there. Light Limited Turbo. We'll run a few tractors in each one of those classes as well. It's a good time, all day event at the Glad Hill Tractor in I believe that's Frederick, just right outside Frederick on 340. So right off 340. But we'll get that information in there again. That's my fault, but I do have the stuff. I don't have it downloaded, but we'll definitely get that information out to you the next couple of weeks that we're on here. So go ahead, Dwayne.
All right. Coming up this weekend is the Truckers for Hope pool and the points finals for CS Polling Promotions at Clinton County Fairgrounds, 98 Racetrack Road, Millhall, PA. There's also going to be a couple Snyder County classes there. It's going to be live streamed at Dirt Vortex TV. It's going to be 2 days long. It's Friday, September the 27th, starting at 7 p.m. and September the 28th, starting at 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. start time on Saturday. The classes for Friday, going back to Friday for 7 p.m. start time, is going to be unlimited street semi-trucks, cool street semi-trucks, unlimited street gas trucks, unlimited street diesel trucks, super semi-trucks, super pro tractors, invitational. I would assume that the rules for that would be posted on CS Polling Promotions page, or if not, contact CS Polling Promotions for that info. And then on Saturday, 1 p.m. start time, they will have their classes are super semi trucks, super farm hot farm tractors, the Snyder County 3.0 limited pro diesel trucks, Snyder County's 2.6 Pro Street diesel trucks, super modified trucks, and Snyder County's Pro Street gas trucks. Again, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, at Clinton County Fairgrounds in Mill Hall, PA. That is all I have, because you got the Snyder County one, you got the other one, so that's all I have.
I also have Friday, October 11th. This is a new event. Formerly Mason-Dixon Pools here. Is now the Quad County Pooling Association. 7 p.m. That's Friday, October 11th. 7 p.m. Hot farm, hot stock tractors, 6,200-pound Pro Street gas 4x4 trucks, 2.6 diesel trucks, 12,000-pound enhanced farm tractors, and 13,000-pound farm stock tractors. Tentatively, possibly 3.0 trucks or another class will be added onto that. So that is time.
Is there a flyer or something that we can find somewhere for a visual reference? Is that posted for this poll?
Not yet. No,
so
I'll be making the flyer for it whenever I get the okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. I was
it's on the agenda to have the poll at this time. So this is the one that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. They were waiting to meet, and it sounds like the Quad County Pooling Association is getting itself off the ground, ready to rock. And this event, as of right now, October 11th at 7 p.m. is a go. So stay tuned for more information and a flyer.
Yeah, when that does come out, I'll help share that.
Yes, for sure. You can come on down and help too.
I might have to talk Riley into it. Say, hey, guess what? I'll take you somewhere for your birthday.
There you go. Now we're going to switch over here to Craig Cooper with his Ohio stuff here. We log in here and get all set up. We look over and we've got quite a few messages from Mr. Cooper here. So again, the next event I'm just going to try to put it up here as I read it. The next event for the Southeastern Ohio Points Series is this Saturday, September 28th at 7 p.m. Outback Motorsports Park. And classes are, if I could just read, street stock gas trucks, modified stock gas trucks, cheater stock. I love that name. There's no better class to try to run in than cheater stock. I love it.
Man, I wish we had
I'd
a
love
cheater.
To see the rules for that.
Maybe we should start adding cheater to our classes.
People might get offended.
They might.
We're gonna be running the 466 hot farm cheater class and the 7800 4x4 diesel cheater class.
Hey,
right, Kendra?
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Anyway, gas trucks, 9,500-pound open diesel tractors, pro stock. Then I got a comma. Then gas trucks, V8 modified tractors, 7,700. 7,700. And I got a run with your Bronc class. I'm assuming that's 7,700. I don't. 10,000-pound, 12-mile-per-hour, 3,000 RPM work stock diesel trucks, 2.6 smoothbore diesel trucks, and the 9,500 466 hot farm tractors. And he wished everybody good luck at Del Mar. And what else? He wants to give a shout out to the OSTPA pulling finale this Saturday in Coshocton, Ohio, and the Little State Fair in Georgetown, Ohio. So, very good. And something about Bealsville, Ohio, if he chimes in here again. Get some information. Let's see. He mentioned about something about Chris Lloyd here needs to bounce back at the next poll also. Chris Lloyd finished 6th at Old Washington, Ohio, which I believe is this past weekend. So thanks for that info, Craig. Pulling is still alive and well in good old Ohio. But I'm sure everybody's seasons are starting to wind down. And yeah, Dwayne, you've been happily accepted as help. So
I knew that already.
absolutely.
I was just harassing a little bit.
But what the okay, yeah, the what the yeah, I'm gonna send a message to Anthony Arnold about that. That's funny. But that Money Bash pool was really good last year. I really enjoyed that. So a lot of filming. My lord, it took me forever to edit too, but that's okay. Kept me busy for quite a while. I hope I covered everything and didn't forget anything. Again,
Oh,
for this Saturday, just keep your eyes peeled to the internet. Facebook, EastCoastProPooling.org is the website, Delaware International Speedway's website. I'm sure if you just Google that, it'll come up and you'll find out information all you need to know, for any kind of pulling event changes. But it is a go as of right now. So we got our fingers crossed. And I tell you, we got a shootout coming. We got a tie for modified points lead right now with Len Brookhart and Jason McKenzie. The limited pro stock semis, I think there's 4-point, 5-point difference or something. Dave Greek took the points lead
I think it
after
was
Frederick
5, if
was
I remember
completed.
right
Yeah,
from last week.
pretty sure. And there's a couple other slots that a couple other classes that are it's going to duke out to the last red flag drops. So, man, I hope Mother Nature lets us get it in, man.
yeah, I hope so too.
It's going to be a good gunslinging shootout, man. Them
Hello,
modified boys, woo,
Yeah.
they're going to let them hang out, man.
Hello, David from Oregon.
Brother Blaylock, he's with us on our Tuesday night shows. Yeah.
Anyway, I do have one last thing to add.
Yes.
I always have to add something that's off the subject. Just wanted to let you all know that my Phillies won tonight, 9-6.
Come on.
It was a little bit tense the other evening, but we got ourselves. I'm actually not sure. I think there's still one game in limbo, but there's a possibility that we got the bye.
I'll tell you, I was a huge Philly fan when I was younger, much younger.
Yeah,
I'm talking back in the Steve Carlton and Greg Luzinski, Mike Schmidt days, and on and on and on. Just they were one hell of a ball club, and I'm sure they are today. I just don't follow the sports like I used to.
Oh, yeah. I think we got a first round bye. If I forget, there was a team that needed to lose. So that's what I was doing here. I was secretly had one ear tuned into all the polling stuff, and I was watching the last inning of the Phillies here.
To me, my personal opinion, when they started the wild card stuff and added, I lost interest. Why reinvent the wheel? Yep. I enjoyed no interleague play other than the All-Star game. That just, when you rewrite the book, I tend to lose interest like that stuff. So that's just I don't like interleague play. It just takes everything away from the World Series to me.
I was actually chuckling at David's last comment.
Hello, Beast.
Yeah.
He had an interesting story for us last night on our show, and he was actually charged by a black bear twice last week.
Wow!
Last week when he was hunting out in Oregon. Yeah.
Time to get the pepper spray out, buddy.
It was a little intense for David, but he got through it. Okay.
So it was a bear, not a Sasquatch.
No, it was a black bear.
Okay, just want to double
with
check.
A cub. Yeah, that's why she had a cub with her. So.
Oh no, yeah, don't tangle with Mama Bear.
And of course, David's standing there with just a bow and arrow. He doesn't have a gun on him. Shame, shame, shame.
If that would have been me, I would have probably went home and changed my underwear. I had one that. Yeah, go ahead.
He's used to it. He's he hunts pretty regularly out there around Oregon. And that's where he's from. That's where he lives. So I'm sure he's used to it.
I went archery hunting, one of the first times archery hunting in Potter County, Pennsylvania, northern PA. And this giant bear comes right around the edge of the field. My tree stand was right at the edge of the field, and I was in the same shape. I just had my bow. And when he got about 20 feet away from the base of my tree. I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm going to let him walk underneath me because
Right.
I never had a bear encounter before, and I wasn't quite sure what his intentions were or her intentions. And so when it was about 20 feet away, I went and I woofed at it, and the thing stopped, and it looks around, takes another 5-foot step, and I woofed again, and the thing stood on its back legs, like fully upright. And I kid you not, that thing was every bit of 8 or 9 feet tall. It was a big bear.
Oh yeah.
For Pennsylvania, maybe even a little bit more. And I was like, all right, I had enough of this. I was like, get out of here. And the second time around, I told it to get out of here. The thing turned around, and you could hear it going for like 200 yards. It was thrashing a straight line through the woods. It was leaving.
Yeah.
So
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
There was 4 bears out that afternoon and evening. There was 4 of them out, and they would sit on their rear ends in the hay field or in the alfalfa field eating grass and hay.
Yep.
I was like, come on. I thought they eat all the good stuff, and here the thing's eating grass like a cow in the field.
Sorry, Kendra.
Yeah, boring.
We're boring Kendra with baseball and bear. So
Yeah, I've seen her rolling her eyes about 10 times already. I'm sorry.
I'm actually
What did we forget?
I have Facebook pulled up, and the video that Charles Poosh posted of them testing out the tires that were from you.
Bob Joe style.
I'm reading some of the comments on that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Sidetracked powered by DHD is
Yep.
the official Facebook post. Posted one of JR's old videos today. Or
Hey,
was it
Chase
today or
Steinman's
some
in the
other-
house. How's Chase? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
hi Chase.
What's happening, Chase? Hopefully we'll see you next Saturday, buddy. I got a
Hey,
little
Chase.
business to talk to you about.
Since you're in the house, Chase, rules for your classes, are they on your CS Pull and Promotions page?
I'm sure.
We're going to put him on the spot since he's here.
Chase is a professional.
I just wanted to double check because I gave that information out and I wasn't sure.
Stay tuned. He'll answer. We're only at an hour and 3 minutes. We're good. Last night's show was how long, David? 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something. I don't know. It seems like I try to do an hour and 15 minutes on that show, and I look again, and it's 2 hours and something. So one night was over 4 hours. I'm like, holy.
Chase just said that getting ready for the big weekend rules are on their website.
There you go.
I believe his website is CS Pulling.
Yes. CSPullingPromotions.com. Yep.
2.5 hours last night. Okay. Yeah.
Good deal.
CSPullingPromotions.com. Chase Steinman. What else we got? Did we cover? I think we got.
Oh,
Of
I
course
got
we need
one
to
thing
go.
yet. One thing yet. So how was the Shady Maple run?
Very good. Very
deal.
good. It was.
Love the sidetrack our pulling conversations.
Oh, that's all good. It was good. She had a good birthday. I found out I can't eat like I used to right now. I just can't do it. My Lord. I went back up for a second plate, but it was pretty weak when I come back. It wasn't very loaded. But we had a good time.
Gotta pace yourself.
Even
I don't know.
stopped with the BBs on the way home. So
Oh, nice. I just quit filling my plate up when I go to a buffet. I'll do
same here.
do a half plate and a little bit of everything and figure out what's good, and then go for the good stuff.
Yeah, the weight's dropping, and I want to keep it going that way. So
Almost.
and I can't eat that much with that Ozempic stuff.
Mhm.
You are not hungry.
I went on a 12-hour diet last night. They make me do a 12-hour fast when I get
Fast,
my
yeah.
labs done.
Yeah.
So I went in at 7 o'clock this morning to get a little pinprick. It's amazing how fast they could draw your blood. You must be under a serious amount of pressure. That little vial was filled up in like 5 seconds.
Yep. Some people are good at it, and some. The last one it did my father up at the VA. My Lord, she started getting needle in there, and it just started moving and digging around. I'm like, and I
Oh,
see my dad wince a few times. I'm like, God. She ended up pulling back out of there, wrapping that up, and coming down in the vein in his hand and pulling it. Coming
when
back.
Brenda had her surgery years ago for her gallbladder, I was sitting in the chair next to her as they were getting ready to put her to sleep, and the nurse had a serious issue with finding a vein for probably an IV. And I kid you not, the next thing I knew, I was waking up. I'm not waking up in another room, sitting in a chair, and they were giving me cold water. I was like, you can only dig in her arm and hand for like 2 minutes before I start getting queasy. But the nurse today, she was awesome. It was, yeah, I didn't even know it happened hardly. Sometimes they do it and you don't even hardly feel it.
Wow. Yeah, the girls that do it down here at the hospital where Cindy works. I sit there. Other than the hands on my arms, the only thing I feel, I don't even feel the thing go in my arm or nothing. It's unbelievable. I was like, wow. I said, "You're done?" Yeah. I didn't even know I didn't even feel the stick, the brick, whatever. Something else.
Oftentimes I get about a dime size discoloration around where the needle goes in.
Same here.
This time here, not a single mark. I can barely even see the needle mark anymore. And it just happened this morning.
Huh. Cool. Yeah, every once in a while I'll get a little bruise.
The crazy thing is the doctors can't even read your results anymore. The stuff comes on your app a couple hours later. So I have all my results for next week's doctor's visit.
It don't
so
even
I
take
already
an
know he's
hour
going to
on our
harass
portfolio.
me.
Yep. It's an hour at the most and everything's done. Like, wow. And that's when you start saying, that's good. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I get to tell him that I refuse to take my cholesterol meds, and that's why my cholesterol's high.
I tell you, I can't tell you how much better I feel getting that blood pressure under control.
Yeah.
It took 3 pills to do it, and I'm going to tell you what.
Yeah.
What a world of difference in how you feel. Greensboro?
Was there one that got rained out a while ago that was
At the beginning of the year, but no, it's not rescheduled.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Greensboro doesn't have rain dates.
Was it the Interstate pool at Greensboro that got rained out, Kendra? No?
No, I think there used to be a third Greensboro pool that was the Shriners benefit pool.
They did not.
And I don't think they had that one this year. That may be what he is referring to.
The only pool I can think is Frederick's the only one that had a rain date this year. So. And I've noticed a lot of places are getting away from rain dates because when you reschedule, it just isn't the same. You plan for a particular date, and then unfortunately it rains or whatever, and then you try to you go to your rain date. It usually doesn't do as well. So a lot of places are going away from it. Frederick always has had a rain date, so. But we didn't need to use it this year, so which is good.
That's good. Oh, look at that fancy cup.
Look at that cup. These things are really nice. And they keep stuff cold a long time.
It does.
It's very impressive. Yep.
Fancy.
Compliments
of Albert Brown's wife that does this type of thing. So if anybody's interested.
Did she do these?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Albert Brown's wife did all the cups for me.
Okay.
And I would have never known, and she was very nice and gave us these cups for advertising, and it paid off because I bought a whole case of them.
Yeah, I'm going to touch base with her. Yeah, I'd like to get some made. That's cool. There you go. See, he's a good salesman, Kendra.
Yep.
Kendra Brown.
Oh.
Her name's Kendra.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, the Slighted Bunyip has joined us in the chat. The Slighted Bunyip. How are you, Jeffrey? He's also from Tuesday Night Show.
You notice this?
Kendra, what the hell is a Slighted Bunyip?
I was like, Okay.
It's
You notice
it's an Australian thing.
all the you notice, Kendra, after 9 o'clock, the Sasquatch hunters come out to play.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea. We're getting ready to do another show, just kind of a goof off show, but it's going to be like really late night. They already have one late night. It's called Night Owls, and we're talking about doing one called Beards and Boogers.
And you're going to do it.
Get these bushy beards on and stuff. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
And you're going to do it in the middle of the night. It's going to be evening for those guys because they all live on the other side of the world. It's going to be the middle of the night for you.
Jeff's only 5 miles from me here. And
Okay.
David's 3 hours behind us. He's in Oregon. The one that started all that stuff that calls them guys. They do their chats, like a Facebook Messenger chat on your telephone and stuff. He's from Australia.
Oh, I got you.
So it's like late afternoon, early evening hours when it's like freaking 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning here. So
I got you.
yeah, we're gonna do one. Goofing around. What the heck?
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Easy, Kendra.
Listen, it's past my bedtime.
Thursday.
before we go, I would like to give a shout out to everybody in Florida and say that we're thinking of you. We know we got a big storm coming in. Make wise decisions to stay safe because it looks like it could be pretty powerful.
It's time to start. Reed Timmer's on his way down there now, and I know
John
Ryan
Mans
Hall,
is on
y'all,
his
if
way
you ever
there.
watch him. What's that?
Mans is on his way down.
Yeah, he's
John
on his way to Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
It looks like Atlanta, Georgia, for my weather forecast, looks like they're going to have like up to almost 8 to 10 inches of rain over that area into the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. So their staging spot's going to might get pretty wet.
Yeah. It's
it's
a pretty big deal. Alabama, Georgia.
Well, I don't think he's going to be in Atlanta very long. I think he'll go to Atlanta. They'll get their new marching orders.
Right. And move
Drive
on
out.
from there. And I'm sure they're going to end up down in Florida. My mother-in-law has a place, a snowbird place, if you will, a campground down there. And it's just south of Ocala. It's between Ocala and Tampa. And,
so this forecast just dropped.
Crossed.
This forecast just dropped 3 minutes ago.
Yes.
Hurricane Helena is now expected to be a Category 4 storm at landfall. Look at these winds and how far inland they are going to get. Atlanta will now see hurricane force winds of 80 to 85 mile per hour. And it says again, if you live near the coast where the landfall is expected, please leave. This is a very dangerous storm.
Yeah, it's no joke.
I noticed that I got a thing that I didn't see before, and it was like a wave, a forecast for waves in the Gulf. From 40 to 77 feet high waves predicted for the storm. Yeah. That's a high wave.
Yeah, it's a big storm surge. That's one of the main critical things they're concerned that, and obviously the wind comes with that.
Well, the stronger the storm gets, the more water it's going to push on land, especially at the low areas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like to own a boat or be a fisherman and have all your stuff at the water's edge. Like, what do? Try to run hundreds of miles to the west to get away from it? I mean,
some probably do. Some probably do.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is going to be a mess, Jeff. We got a lot of friends down that way. There's a lot of booger people we call down there, and they from our other show. And we just wish them all well. Families. We got family down there as well too. My family, and fortunately, Cindy's mom's up here in Delaware still. But nevertheless, it's a constant worry: is my place going to survive? That's down there. So.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for everybody. Keep them in your prayers. It's the real deal. It's coming.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. All we can do is hope everybody makes out okay, but it don't sound good. Category 4. They were originally predicting a 3, and then I heard some talk of a 4. Now it sounds like it's going to be pretty imminent. It's Category 4. That's going to tear some shit up. So please, people, please be careful.
The guys
If
at
you
church,
can get out, get out.
the guys at church were talking that it's time that we get a men's group together to go do some charity work, helping with stuff like that. Well, this might happen sooner than later with this happening.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, guys like John Mann's going down there on the side. You know, I mean, they got to be safe too. They got to stay safe. They got their hands full.
Mm.
So I
Mhm.
mean, and work messing with electricity is no fun.
If they're getting 80 to 90 mile per hour winds in Atlanta, Georgia, in the area where they're staged at, that's going to be rough there. I mean, that's going to mess it up. Yeah, they're going to have fun getting into their areas, and it might be there for a while.
Night, brother.
Yep.
That's what I say.
Absolutely. Okay, well, Kendra's starting to doze there. Looks she's got a little peaked-eyed there. So I guess we'll go ahead and pull the plug here for tonight. But we'll definitely be back next Wednesday, hopefully with some results from some polls, and we got plenty more coming up that we'll, you know, we're winding down. We're going to start looking for guests next, so start getting some stuff going here. With that said, you know what time it is, Miss Kendra? It's time
Yep.
for the Kendra Wave.
Adios.
Thanks, everybody. Like, subscribe, share, please. Helps us on YouTube. It's all free. We appreciate it. I'm working my way there. Stay tuned. Okay. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Lord willing, hopefully there's no bad news to report. Hopefully we got all good things, all pulling, all things considered. It's hopefully we get all the pulling in this weekend. So,
All right.
see ya.
See y'all later.